Hello everyone, welcome to day 159 of playing chess every day for a year. Let's find the game. We find the game, we're starting with white, so e4, get e5, go knight f3, they play the Philidor, could just strike the center, developing this knight is good, could take space with the bishop, but I think just going for d4 is good here. It opens up my bishop, knight develops, I could push, could also take, taking seems good. I actually think I won a pawn here. They take, I take the queen. They must take with the knight. They could take with the king, but... So now I win this pawn. I have ideas of already attacking the king. They kick me away, I simply go back to f3. I could go for this move to target the bishop again, but then this comes. I could simply just go back. I don't think any knight sacrifices work here. I'll just simply go back. Maybe c4 was a good square for the knight, but I wouldn't want to get kicked away. So now I can just develop my other knight, bring the bishop into the game. Need to bring the rook to the open file. The bishop will be pinned. Well, not really pinned. It's only pinned to the knight. The knight goes after my bishop, but I'm not really worried about that. I mean, it would force me to take with the pawn, weakening the area around my king, but I think that would be fine because then after I castle, my rook and bishop will align on this diagonal. I think I'll actually push her. But if I push and they take, if I push they can take, because they take I don't really have anything there. I could just force the bishop away. Could go after this pawn. Seems good. This knight is quite weak. So now I'm actually able to push e5 because there's extra support on this square. My rook's open. Not sure where this knight is going. They defend this square, but I think I can actually open attack on this knight. I could also kick it away now. If they go here, I could just trade. I think I'll attack this knight. Could go for this move. I think I'll just develop my bishop like this. If they kick me away, I can go here. The rook has to move. And the rook can't actually move to a7. I want to bring my rook to the open file and push. That's my only idea here. It's a good move targeting my bishop. Knight takes, I think I take with the rook. Not sure if castling is good. I could remove this knight now. Trading like this would weaken this. I'm not sure if castling is any good right now. I could go after this bishop and this pawn. I think I'll simply trade, castle, and then bring my knight this way. Bring my knight to the open file. My rook to the open file. They castle and they have ideas of attacking the bishop. I don't like. I mean here, my knight only has this square left. They have some pressure that they can put on my pieces, but my back rank is safe. I'm just going for this move which would fork these two pieces. They actually choose to take with check, which is a good move. I don't really have a choice but to play king h1. My king will be weaker now. They go after my rook, but I think that only helps me develop on this back rank. Well, but this is a huge threat, so I mean, if I play here, they don't have any immediate sacrifices, but I need to be very careful. Next I'll play this knight move, knight f3 back to defend and attack, looking to push. There is pressure on my position. They play bishop back, so now I can play knight in like I wanted to. So I think that's a weak move. This isn't a threat because it's defended. My rook stare down the open file. I'd go for this knight move after. They have to play bishop back, I think. Taking here isn't that good, I think, but I'm always able to jump back. My bishop defends a very key square, and so they want to go. I mean, now I have a check, and if the king steps away, yeah, I don't really have anything there. I don't want to trade this off. I have a check. The king cannot step to this file because I'll blunder. But I mean, I can sacrifice a bishop maybe. I'm not sure. This is hanging. Can give a check. If the king steps here, I can't take because my bishop is doing a great job. I could just jump back with the knight. Then the rook takes. Jump back with the knight. Rook takes. I can take. I don't want to play such a passive move. I want to give a check and maybe take, but I think I'm actually not able to take here. If they trade off my bishop, it's very dangerous for me. They can't trade my bishop off now, but this also attacks the bishop, so they're kind of forced into a trade, which I like. Two pieces are hanging after knight e3. They can't save both. Oh wow. So I think I will lose an exchange here, but I have to play king here. They take a rook. They take a rook, I can take. The bishop will be hanging. So which piece do I take first? Could take like this. Could take the bishop first, could take the knight first. I'm not sure which piece I take, I don't know. Either way, I'll be down a piece. The bishop seems more dangerous than the knight at the moment. I think I'll actually take the bishop first. I'm still losing material. If rook takes, I have to take here. I think I'll be down a full piece here. I mean, this move they have this, but the knight takes, so they don't. And I have to activate my king anyway. So my rook's hanging. I can't actually take the knight. I mean, I have to give up a pawn. No other choice. This is hanging now. I mean, this would be a fork as well of the piece and the pawn. This rook can come in. And it's just the fork that I can't stop. And that's an even better move, I think. It just puts so much pressure. If I push, it's defended twice and attacked twice. Knight goes back to defend the pawn. I think I can actually just push through though. If I push through, there's no threat because the knight just takes. And I think I activate my king now, and I have no other moves. That's an aggressive move, but it allows me access to this square, so I'm not sure if it was that good. I mean, the king can always step in. Well, actually, the king can't step in, so the key to them winning the game would be to bring their rook into the game. This is a threat for me, though. They do attack my pawn twice, and now I can't come in with my knight. I have this move. If they take, I take. If they take, I take. The rook hangs, the rook can take. The knight attacks the pawn that way. If this, they can take. My knight has no possible ways to progress. This also threatens a big fork. Threatens a huge fork. And I think I'm losing the pawn anyway. If I go here, they just play the fork, so... And they can also just jump here with a check. I could take... Trying to open up the board on this side, but there's nothing really there. I have to defend against this. I have no ways to move the rook away. I think I just have to run my king. I mean, this looks dangerous though. And it actually gives this almost. This basically forces me into a rook trade. I didn't see anything better. I'm forced to take. If I come in, the check works, but then I step here. I mean, I don't see anything else though. My king is just gonna be forced away anyway. If my king steps in, I actually can't take anything though. They give that check. I'll box my own king in probably. I'm completely losing anyway. I'm down the rook and 3 pawns. I think I'll push if they give a check though. I'd have to take. I could threaten the knight now. They give that check. Can take this now. That does attack this pawn. They choose to push, but I'll simply go for the rook. My king is cut off completely though, so if they go back, they step the rook away. They just simplify, which is fine. And checkmate, let's look at this game. I played at a 77.7, my opponent an 83.3. I was completely winning at one point in the game, but made a huge blunder. And so then we were equal after, but I made a mistake which completely threw the game for me. I made a massive blunder at one point in the game. It looks like my opponent hung mate and won in one move as well. The opening was completely fine. Taking with the knight is wrong because that just loses a pawn. So I was already better from the start. And it was actually better to go to c4, like I said, because the knight would be defended. I just developed slowly. That's a blunder. Oh wow. That's such a massive blunder. It walks into e5. And they have to give the piece. The best move is for the bishop to take. That's tragic. I'd be up a full piece. Completely missed that move. That's such an easy thing to see. My opponent plays such a terrible move. And I miss it. So they immediately fix the mistake. But I can just develop my pieces. Trading knight isn't good. I'm actually supposed to kick the knight away to keep my advantage. And this is a terrible move. King h1 is forced. That's a good move. Rook over is best. Bishop back is bad because it gives me this. And this just gives my opponent a fork. At the end of the line, I'm just down so much material. So this move knight e3 was terrible. Even though I'm defending everything and attacking two pieces, it just actually loses material. They can take there. That's exactly what they go for. They play a different move order, but I'm still completely losing. So my biggest blunder and worst move this game was knight e3. Knight back to e3. I did want to go forward. Knight e7 check is bad. f3 is actually the best move. Holds the center together and stops the knight from jumping in. Missed that. So knight to e3 was just a terrible blunder. Actually loses a clean rook. According to evaluation, so once that move happened, I had no chance of winning the game. And then we keep playing until my opponent actually checkmates me in the end, so even though I was completely equal here, and even slightly winning here by a tiny margin, knight back to e3 just blunders this. I undefend the pawn that I was talking about, the key pawn. and that gives my opponent just easy material. And I actually made a mistake by not taking the knight first, I think. I was supposed to take the bishop first. They could recapture, I could take. So I just made one huge blunder which loses me the game. It's very annoying, but that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.